All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to you, brothers, to the four corners of the earth, preaching His word and also laboring in His word in truth, love, and sincerity. And may blessings fall upon the houses that are 1/3. And I was just reading over the RT news today, and something stood out to me. Okay, you had this title within their news headlines, and it says why China is U.S. #1 adversary. You see, and this is from an article which was recent. See, April 25th, which is today. So let's go into this article, okay, and pull out a few scriptures. So, yeah, we're going to start out here. It says, there's a reason China is adversary #1 when it comes to the Trump administration's foreign policy agenda. There's also a reason why every other country on Trump's radar has a close relationship with Beijing. Okay, and we're going by what this article say and what their sources say. Okay, and they said they believe China to be the #1 adversary. And now, in my opinion, I believe it's Russia to be #1 and China, to be #2. But, I'm going off by what their sources are saying according to this article. So, as it continuing, it says China perceived military threat. According to a recent Reuters investigative report, China's leader, Xi Jinping, has refashioned the People's Liberation Army, the PLA, into a force that's rapidly closing the gap on U.S. firepower, and in some vital areas has surpassed it. Plenty of U.S. military personnel, official reports, and politicians have been warning the same. Just recently, U.S. Navy Admiral Philip Davidson, the commander of U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, warned the U.S. Senate Armed Services Committee that China is developing a wide range of capable weapon systems that can threaten U.S. interests in the Pacific region. Davidson even went so far as to classify the PLA as a principal threat to U.S. interests, U.S. citizens, and our allies. Amazing that the U.S. military, who is present in the South China Sea, all over Asia, and has surrounded China's closest allies, and China itself within its military bases, is threatened by a country who has not reciprocated an equal form of aggression. You see that? So, all in this article, what you can get from it, right, is, they're saying China is basically a threat to the U.S. You see? Saying that they are now, capable of what? Okay. Having missiles that can shoot target ranges that can reach the U.S., okay? Or reach the places where the U.S. has military bases at. You see? And this is just showing you, as the scripture says, what? Let the weak say I am strong, right? Because now these weaker nations, these weaker countries are beginning to what? Stand up against the world superpower, which is who? America, Babylon, and Great. You see? This is the book of Joel 3. I want to start at verse 9. And it reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. You see? So all these nations are what? They are all being gathered round about to the Middle East for what? For war. You see? The Valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, and you people know it as World War III or Armageddon. But all these nations are doing what? They are putting all their money and all their time into what? Their military. Okay? They're not worried about their agriculture, because agriculture doesn't mean anything if you can't defend it, or if you're destroyed or wasted by another nation. Okay? So now they are putting all their money, all their support, okay, into their military. Okay, whether it's the people, the different vehicles that they use, right, on land or in the sea, in the air. Okay, that's what they're focused on, and mainly the things that have been spoken on is what. The nuclear weapons the nations have all been parading around with their different shows, okay, and doing different military tests. You see, so that's a main hot topic right now, is of nuclear weapons. You see, because this Third World War is going to be a nuclear destruction war. Okay, so that's the point on that. Let's get this real fast. It's the book of Isaiah 9 verse 5. It reads, it says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." You see, so back in the times before, you had a period of times where these different wars and battles was fought with swords, axes, okay, different armor and different slingshots and different artillery that they had at those times. You see, but in this particular time, it's going to be what? A nuclear war. That's why you see all these nations are having what? An arms race. Okay, a nuclear arms race, because these nations are going to what? Eventually go to war with each other. You see? Now I want to read something else that stands out in the article, right? Going back up into the second paragraph, right? It says, "Amazing that the U.S. military, who is present in the South China Sea, all over Asia, and has surrounded China's closest allies and China itself with its military bases, is threatened by a country who has not reciprocated an equal form of aggression." Let's get a scripture on that. It's the book of Habakkuk 2. I'll start at 5. It says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home." And this is speaking of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You see, as you just read, not only China, but the U.S. military has bases all across the world. You see, in other places in all these different lands. But these same nations don't have their bases, surrounding America. You see? So it says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home." See, he don't stay in his own land. His focus is to be in other people's lands, stealing their resources, putting their democracy and religion and all his philosophies of a madman upon other nations. Right? It says, "Who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people." You see that there? So this fits right along with this article as we just read. You see, and China didn't even form themselves in the same aggression as America have done. You see, but hey, the U.S. thinks otherwise, right? On how they handle business. You don't even gotta form any threat to them. They just as that proud and wicked spirit that they have on them, they feel like they want to police the world. You see? Continuing on, it says, even more amazing is the idea that America's citizens could be just as threatened in such a scenario, or perhaps the fact that China's PLA is a principal threat to U.S. citizens says a lot about how badly unthreatened the citizens of the U.S. really are by any other world power, or say terrorist group for that matter, right? And you know, the American people, they are so docile, whereas they don't think that America can be touched. Okay, they don't think America can be touched whatsoever. But you're wrong, okay? Because you know, these other the Lord's going to have these other nations touch you. You see, He's going to have the other nations shoot missiles upon this place. So you could try to protect yourselves with all the different weapons or military power that you have. You see, but guess what? If the Lord is not the shield and protecting, the shield and the protection over you, right? Which He's not, you're not going to stand. And America, Babylon the Great, is not going to stand. You see, because in the Bible, America is prophesied to be destroyed. America, Babylon the Great, is prophesied to fall. You see? Isaiah 47 verse 1 says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." You see? And America's shame is shame is being seen as we speak. Okay? America's shame is being seen as we speak. America, for all the wickedness that they have done to the Israelites first and foremost, and all around the world, is being shown to the other nations of how much a devil he really is. Okay? But yeah, that's the point. Okay, I got to get back to the plantation. But just in this article, just to show you, hey man, you know, this all lines up with the scriptures. It's showing you that, you know, these nations that were weak once upon a time are now saying, what? We are strong. We are able to fight back. Okay? You are not able to just put your foot on us and for us to lay down. You see? Because the Spirit is upon these nations to what? Arm and defend themselves, and to ultimately fight back, because World War III is going to take effect, which is according to the Bible. Okay? So that's the point. You know, Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying. So the next time, I want to say shalom.